So I shaved my entire leg, but this fucking razor burn, I got real bad razor burn because it's an electrical shaver. So that sucks. May 19th, 2023. Welcome back to Rainbows and Razor Blades, a show from my bike. By the Gregorian calendar, well, I already said by the Gregorian calendar, by the French Revolutionary calendar, it is currently the very last day in the month of flowers, the month of Floreal, and now we'll start, tomorrow we'll start the month of Prairial, the month of meadows. I'm sticking close, relatively speaking. I'm in the park that's like relatively close to my home, and my concern is that the back tire here that was is not seated correctly onto the tire duct or whatever it's called. Like I don't know the terminology, but I have. Technically I'm supposed to obey that stop sign there, but I don't obey stop signs on a bike. I just don't. I just don't. And someday maybe I'll get killed or pulled over for it, but until then, anyways, I'm kind of just babbling, hoping that I don't trip. Today is actually the first bike day back on my bike, because we did have a biking episode like much earlier in the year, like shockingly early in the year. We had like a warm streak. We had like a day in March, I think it was, where I took out my my father's bike that I was borrowing until I could get this one up and running. Even though this is like a 32-year-old bike. This bike is older than I am, quite literally. Like literally. And I love this bike, I really do. But it's a little bit bent, it's a little bit out of alignment. The brakes, there's no brakes really. Like there are brakes, but there's not really brakes, you know what I mean? And just let me check this out. I think that it's okay. I think that it's keeping tire pressure properly all the way through the park. It used to be that I couldn't even get to the this is a new inner tube and new tire. I do think it's seated correctly now, like beaded maybe is the word, I don't really know, but there was like a line that was out here that I don't see anymore. You can see it maybe a little, yeah, you can see like a little bit on this one just because it's worn, it's a little bit older. But I'm not super concerned with that. This one's also got the right pressure. Like I checked it all yesterday. And I wanted to like let it sit overnight to see if it had like like a pygmy or like a pinhole leak or whatever they call it. This thing's useless. It's like a pump, but it doesn't really work. It's a Schwinn bike, yeah, Schwinn. Extra seat protector cover thing for my precious ball sack. This thing's fucking lit right here. This thing like actually like does like light shows and stuff. This thing's just like it's there. It's been there. And then this thing is fucking lit. This thing is like the brightest fucking thing ever. It's super stupid bright. Yeah, it gets in my eyes. I hate it. And but yeah, the gears are they're a little sus. The gear or this is a little sus. The whole thing is just like a little fucky. Here, I'll get around the other side. You can see that like the derailleur is obviously like kind of trashed a little bit. Maybe my shadow's blocking it, but like this. So all right, you see this right here? I think that maybe what's holding this whole entire back tire apparatus together is this clamping to this, and that may be that's the correct design. But I think that this is supposed to be shoved back like an extra like this, like in, and that'll take this entire tire, this part right here, right, the axle or whatever, and that'll also move the axle back. The problem is that the alignment right here gets fucked up when it is in the correct position. So right now the tire is aligned correctly. You can see that like it's not rubbing against the frame, but when it is, see, this is correct alignment, but it isn't correct back here. That's my assumption. And when it is correct back here, because the whole thing is probably bent, the whole frame, then it rubs against the side of the frame. So it's like I'm making a compromise with the integrity of the stability of I don't have the terminology, but the juncture between the metal as it sits on the other metal. But I'm not sure that it's seated properly on this metal, because I had it actually roll forward and out on me the first time I tried it, and I went over the front of the handlebars, and I'm really not looking to have that happen while I'm in traffic. So I'm sticking relatively close to home today, just in case. I was like, Dad, you got your phone? He's like, yeah. I was like, just in case, like I'm going biking today. Like I have, no idea if I'm gonna make it. But yeah, like these things are checked. I already checked so that these won't fall off or anything like that. We readjusted this clampy thing right here. Unbent some spokes. This is actually the wrong, you can probably tell, this right here is actually the wrong type of inner tube and thus the wrong type of inner tube valve. But I haven't actually had problems with it. Like, I've had people tell me like, oh, that's gonna cause problems. But like, you can suck my dick, like that. It hasn't yet. And the issue is that they literally don't fucking sell. They literally fucking do not sell at Walmart or Target. I checked both, even though I'm like boycotting one of them, specifically Walmart. And they actually don't sell the size bike tire that this comes with. I had to order it on the internet. Thankfully, it's cheap enough, but like still a pain in the ass. But yeah, this is my Schwinn bike, and we're about to go Schwinning. It's like another thing that I fixed this year. So this right here is now, this is zip tied to it so that it doesn't, like, you know, because this was like all the way out here, and it was like further out than this little doinkly thingy here. And this right here, you can see we trimmed. I don't know if you remember from last year riding it, but there was like a shit ton of stuff sticking out right here, like sharp metal from this inner rod or this inner tension wire. And I thought that if the tension wire broke, it'd be completely screwed, but actually this actually doesn't do anything. Like, the guy who was helping me fix my bike said that, like, yeah, he's like, we could just trim that out. Like, this thing's not really doing anything. Like, it's keeping tension, sure, but like, even if that snaps, it's not gonna like it's not your brakes that's gonna be the issue. It's gonna be your derailleur. And I said, honestly, looking at it now, that makes a lot of sense. So, but yeah, we like relatively fixed that, or at least got rid of the sharp parts. So that's good. I don't really know what this run here, it looks like it's missing a bolt, but it's not, because the other side is also missing a bolt. And it wouldn't make sense to put anything through the middle of that. I mean, that would just, the tire couldn't turn. So my guess is that maybe that's for like some sort of like attachment or something like that I just don't know about. Or maybe there was at some point like some sort of like hub protector or whatever they call it, you know? I have no idea. I really don't know. But I love this bike. I fucking love this bike. The maximum PSI is 90, and I have it filled up to, I think, 90 or maybe 85, just to be kind of a little bit on the less stiff side. I'll have to figure out a way if there's something I could do to patch that, because that's gonna get worse. That's gonna get a lot worse, actually. Like right now, it's like barely a problem, but yeah, it's gonna get worse. That's how everything is in life, honestly. They're like little holes that start, and you can see them, but you just kind of ignore them, you know. I don't know how to describe this stuff, what this is, but it's good though. It's like, my guess is that this is probably like already 50% degraded, but I don't care. I don't really want it to be that puffy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just really that tough. You know, I really don't know. Brakes feel good. They don't really work so good though. But yeah, I think it's time to head back out. Hopefully not die. I mean, you wouldn't see this, I guess, if I did. I wouldn't be able to upload it. So if you're seeing this, it means I'm alive. So that's good. Shit. Right now, we're being abundantly cautious because I know for a fact that I have the talent and the skill to get across this without, getting hurt. But I also have, an understanding of my own limitations. And today, this is the first time I've done this in a very long time. Just because I have done it doesn't mean that I can do it, Like, I'm getting here and I'm realizing that my mind is not prepared for it. And I'm very out of focus, very out of touch with, the skill. It's like, it's a skill that I once had. It's not a skill that I currently have. And you see, like, this guy right here, like, he knows I'm not going. That's another reason I have the camera out, is sometimes that gives indication that at least I'm not, like, immediately looking to go. Same thing with the leg planted on the ground. This is, like, all very clear indication to drivers to not get spooked by me and to continue at speed. One of the things that gets people fucking killed out here is when you actually aren't driving at speed and then you decide at the last minute to go to speed. And, I mean, that causes problems. I actually really probably should go here. But she's got a green arrow, so I'm actually not going to go here. It's giving her the green arrow, actually, so because I hit the button, this is when it starts to affect. Like, it doesn't give the green arrow in this way with all the rest of them red, because see, it's locking. See, I should go next. Yeah, there. Yeah. So I know how to read the traffic here, but here's the thing: biking is not as easy as just learning how to be on the bike. That's the easy part. Actually, the difficult part is anticipating movement and anticipating momentum at speed. Just balancing on the fucking thing has very little to do with getting, from point A to point B. Right? Like, if I went to New York City right now and I drove the way that I drive now, there's going to be some unknown factor that I just didn't anticipate, like a kid or a car or just something that's like, it shouldn't actually be there. Like, in principle, in theory, it shouldn't be there. But it's a fucking city. And like, if you watch any of these TikToks of like crazy fucking bikers screaming at fucking people to be controversial, like, fuck you, eat a dick. Like, hey, genius, step out of the road. And then people are always in the comments like, people fucking hate bikers. But actually, people only hate bikers because people are fucking pathetic and can't bike. And if people were more normalized to biking, it would be better, and it would be probably better if we just were these people still. But my people were never those people. I've just come from a bad bunch of fucking people, you know? That's why I just bike here, and I'm just like, well, this is what became of the Indians. Look at all these great artifacts, guys. Oh, there used to be happy fucking turkeys here. As a museum, oh, there was strawberries. Everything was great. Oh, these government. Oh, government. Oh, an airport, you know? Like, what the hell, man? Like, it's crazy out here, really. It's really crazy out here. Back to the world is now, we have sunglasses on. So, I wanted to teach you a lesson there about autism, about how it can be, you know, without your sensory aids. And so I'm going to start a new business. And my business is going to be marketed towards autistic young adults. Like specifically like 18 or over, just because it's easier for me to really market to kids. But actually, if adults can use it, kids can use it. But I'm not marketing to the kids, I'm marketing to the parents of those kids. So it's two different markets selectively. It's self-cognizant, self-aware, and with money, you know, or people that can cover it with disability, but I'm not going to be their representation. You know, like I'm not going to play ball with insurance because it's just not what it's a profitable enterprise. And if someday it becomes so profitable to sell it as a service that is insurance covered, well, fine, fuckity, howdy, do da dandy. But for now, I just want to be a TikTok influencer. Like, I think that that's the stupidest fucking thing to chase in the world. So actually, really what I mean is I want to be successful in my career field. And in order to be successful in your career field, you have to have attention. In order to have attention, well, you have to be on TikTok, or you'd actually be, you'd be doing yourself such a disservice that that you'd end up having to pay someone else just to put you on fucking TikTok, you know, to get the, you know. But, and that isn't to say that I couldn't do it without TikTok. It's just to say, why would I? Like, oh yeah, you're right, I could ignore the newest fucking thing. I could just ignore that cars exist too, but they're all very loud and they drive, and I'm here, and so I'm here, and I'm... So like, where are your earplugs, right? Like, where are your earplugs? Like, oh, I'm autistic, I can't get a job, I can't work. Yeah, me either. You know, but like, where are your earplugs? Because at least that makes it a little bit better. At least that makes it like, I don't even really want to say it's tolerable. I still don't think of it as tolerable, but it is like survivable, right? It takes the razor away from my wrist. And it's not by much, you know, I still wish it was quieter. Like, you know, like I'm amazed that people live like, you know, neurodivergent lives in parts of the world where they just have no agency or freedom. Like if you're born in like, I'm so overprivileged, it's absolutely astonishing. You know, it's astonishing. But at the same time, like the overprivilegedness has brought us to a demise in culture, because that privilege has been so perverted by just the capitalist extractionary wealth-induced coma that is, you know, just whatever it is that all of this is, like consumerist bullshit, you know? Like if you own nothing but your car, and your car is the only thing that's necessary, then have you really created a life for yourself, or are you just worshiping a car religiously? And it's like, well, you can't disentangle it, because how are you gonna survive and pay your mortgage and not get evicted and live in the fucking car? How are you gonna afford the house? So like a house and a car. That's like the meme. And the fact that we can't imagine a better, you know, we can imagine from within the system, like, oh, like, suck my dick up and down fucking this way or that way. Instead of paying you $400 in taxes, I'm gonna cheat and pay you $100. Oh, and I'm gonna invest in Bitcoin and get $1 billion trillion more dollars. Right, doing that. But you haven't broken the paradigm at all. Now there is like a wealth inequity at some point that becomes so insurmountably large, even for the rich people to get there, that starts to hold some significant actual wealth power, where like the system itself is there, but only the big dick man with his big dick family and his big dick fucking key can come in and start the ignition of the system. You know, it's a pay-to-play culture of corruption. That's the intro to spray foam. This is definitely a surveillance truck. Look at this this is the FBI. Young, nice-looking men, Department of Transportation. I don't think so. That's the FBI, man. Foam spray. Spray foam, Route 20. Yeah, more like surveillance fucking van tapping NSA, doing whole bunch of investigatory, high-level bullshit. Let's see, do they have like 2 surveillance cars next to it? No. So maybe not the NSA. They got this old busted assmobile over here. Here, check out old busted assmobile. This is a good car right here. This is top 10 cars of the day. We should have a series called top 10 cars of the day. Were you seen in Albany? And I'll post it to Albany subreddit till they fucking ban me. Till they fucking ban me. Till they fucking... Shit. Hold on. They're, here, I'll get up a little higher. Get a better vantage point. But they're tearing down this whole thing. That whole, retirement home. I wonder if I'm breathing in asbestos, you know, just being here. But, you know, I'll get like a better view. Oh, I shouldn't have driven this way. That was stupid as hell. But like, I'm gonna stand up. Oh, maybe I shouldn't stand on that thing. I thought that thing was metal. It's actually plastic. But like, yeah, from like here you can see. This is where I rolled in from. And I was like, look at that view. Right? Like, what is going on with all that? Like, demolishing it and then sorting it into like metal and non-metal. Pretty cool. Wow. Mechanized workforce. Like, look at that. You couldn't have done that 100 years ago. You'd have had to use like fucking oxes and pulley systems and stupid shit like that. Now it's just like a meme. But yeah, they're straight up demolishing the entire thing. They started with the other wing already. It's already gotten out of here. You can see they already got rid of all the rubble. It was like a huge rubble pile right there. This one, yeah, it's more sorted a little. Pretty crazy. We're at the Shaker Heritage Site. This is the old nursing home maybe, or something like that. I think it was a nursing home. So it's actually a lot louder on this side. I'm not really sure why that is. Like, wow. I'm glad this is not some like Ukrainian war shit, you know? Oh, that's why it's louder. It's right there. I didn't even see it because it was behind the tree. It was like camouflaged. Wow. Where's it going? Wow. This is a new art exhibit. I mean, just look at this. This is phenomenal. This is like the coolest thing I've seen. I really like this a lot. It's very, you know, I mean, it serves exactly the purpose you're seeing. It speaks for itself, and I really like that. Wow. Throughout the season, we'll film this a couple times from different angles. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. You know, within my lifetime, there's trees still alive on both of these. And, you know, I don't really know what killed them. Just time, you know. How long can something really live? But also within my lifetime, they were fucking huge. And you can still see the stump kind of maybe right there. Huge, huge trees here. They may not actually be the stump, they may just be dirt, I can't really tell. But there was willow trees. And there were more this way. I mean, they were so big, dude. Just incredible willow trees. Oh, it's my cold. Lost my water bottle. That's how windy it is, dude. Just move that over. Geese are coming. See, the little geese, they don't care. They're just kind of in their own little zone. I watched this thing about like wake turbulence and like phase wave distortion and like a whole bunch of other stuff, and yeah, I just thought that was kind of cute, the way that they like they'll swim, you know. Pretty cute. I made the rookie fucking mistake today coming out wearing two fucking layers, because like it just didn't click. This is my first second biking day, but mostly first biking day of the year, and you know, first day back on my bike instead of my dad's bike, which I rode once and fucked up my knee and was like, nope, that's why I never did it before, and I'm never doing it again. Fuck this. So I've been waiting, but yeah, today is my first bike day, and I was just gonna do one quick lap through the park just to see if it ended up working. But then I got to the end of the park and I was like, I could just get to here. And now I'm here and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm wearing the wrong clothes. Like, and it's not a small amount of wrong clothes either. It's like 2 extra sweatshirts. Like, I should be wearing like one long-sleeved light, not even jacket, like light shirt, you know, for sun protection and wind blocking. And instead I'm fucking fucked, you know. Because now I have this all fucking tied around me. It's just fucked. Just fucked. We're biking along. And I see this guy and his, you know, adult son. My age. And I know he's my age because he was in my high school class and he was in my middle school class. He was in my maybe elementary school, but I don't think so because I went to a more Jewish institution. But he was at my synagogue. So he's definitely Jewish. And, you know, I saw him and I thought of saying something, you know, like, oh, hey. Long time no see, but then, you know, you get the question of like, oh, how you been? I don't need that question, because like, you know, you ask them, oh, how you been? Oh, you know, I went off to college, you know, my brother's great, my mom's still alive, you know, no one ever even got divorced, you know, we still cut the challah, yeah, I'm in town, you know, I'm visiting, you know, I have this great corporation business I started with my fucking fiance, you know, we're getting married, we have a kid, oh, you know, everything's dandy. How about you? Things did not go well for me. Things have never been well for me. Things are not well for me now. I don't have anything going on. I do, you know, a comedy bit on the internet that no one watches, and I still live with my same abusive, narcissistic parents as I did before I found out I was transgender. Things did not go well for me. You know, I dropped out of school. I found out I'm probably autistic on top of all this stuff. You know, I'm dating... I guess some people, but it seems like I'm always stuck in the same phase of dating where like they're still finding themselves. I'm a mentor because I'm just older, but like I'm failure to launch. So there's compatibility with like younger people. Younger being like, you know, young 20s, but still like I'm in my young 30s. No offense to you, babe. I know you watch my channel. I love you a lot. It's just like, you know, I mean, this guy, like, I assume he's straight. You know, I said, well, you know, I got a Jewish wife now and everything. Like, we're really serious, you know, we're having kids. Me, I'm like, I'm fucking around still the same way I was in middle school, and I still am doing the same shit that I was doing in middle school when you knew me. The only difference now is that I grew some estrogen boobs, and I have a different philosophy. But yeah, nothing else has changed. Things did not go well for me. So I just didn't ask him how he was doing. I just didn't say anything. But yeah, I'm pretty ashamed of it. I hate my life and where I'm at. I don't necessarily want to kill myself or destroy any of it. But yeah, I fucking hate it. I'm not happy. I have no reason to be happy. Narratively, I have nothing to talk about long term. It's been a shit fucking life living at the same spot forever. And I'm fucking well sick of it. Anyways, thanks for joining. This has been Rainbows and Razor Blades. We'll be back again next time. Bye. Oh, God.